So it's just turned 7:30 in the morning here in Manchester. Sorry, so yeah, a little bit early, but I mean it's light here at like 4 a.m. these days. So it's nice. The weather's been behaving, which is unusual here. But yeah, I've been here for just over a week, and I've got another couple of weeks here before I head back over to California for first stage of Q school. So yeah, bit of a last minute call, to be honest. I was trying to apply for a working visa in America after my student visa was going to run out, and that didn't end up. It was going to end up taking like 6 to 8 weeks, and I only had 2 weeks left on my student visa, so I didn't want to upset any immigration officers there, so made sure I left the country before that ran out, and then I'm going to be able to head back in on a different visa now. So obviously I've been back home for quite a while, and was always kind of, you know, I was supposed to leave to play USM in I think August, but ended up withdrawing from that because the season wasn't going ahead for my last year of college, the full season. So, you know, I didn't think there was much point in heading back to America for one tournament and then be stuck over there for the rest of the year. So I withdrew from USM and then got told that I may have a chance of making US Open, which was being played in, you know, the start of December. And I thought, well, nothing's going to stop me from going back over to America to play the US Open, even though it was pretty scary at the time with COVID cases being really high. So yeah, it was basically dependent on my world ranking, and every week I was going in and out of kind of the last couple spots, which they were exempting into the Open. So it was quite nerve-wracking, to be honest. So yeah, I didn't really know whether I was going to be around to play Toro or not. And then yeah, I finally got the call up that saying that I was exempt to play, and you know, booked a flight the next week and was ready to go over. Oh, it was amazing. It was probably one of the coolest weeks of my life, to be fair. It was just, you know, to be able to soak it all in, you know, my first major championship, it was unreal, and to have such time off, you know, playing competitively in New Zealand, and then to kind of go in there with no expectations because of that, really sort of loosened me up, I feel like, a little bit. You know, I think I could have taken it either way. I could have been really, really scared of that, or just, you know, go in there and enjoy my time. And I knew that at the end of the day, you just go around and sorry, my voice. We're just going around and hitting a golf ball, and that's kind of how I thought of it. And you know, I really enjoyed my time out there, and put up some pretty good numbers as well, which I was happy with. So I obviously got exempt into the Open last year through World Ranking, because they cancelled all the qualifiers because of COVID and the fact that they didn't want people travelling around. So this year was pretty different. It went back to normal. There's about 30 qualifiers around the country, where it's a 36-hole day, and there's usually about 50-60 girls in each field, and you're qualifying for, depending on the location and the strength of the field that you're at, you're either qualifying for 2, 3 or 4 spots. So being in LA and playing my qualifier in California, it's usually a really strong field. So my site was giving up 4 places. And yeah, I found myself having a hole, probably like a 5-footer for par on the last hole, to make a playoff for that 4th spot, which I knew about. My caddy had told me basically where I was standing, because your details are being entered after every hole. So yeah, I was happy to make that and obviously have a chance to get that last spot, but found myself coming up against the great, a girl I've kind of looked up to, Anne Van Dam, who's the longest hitter on tour. So yeah. I might just say, like, she wasn't very friendly going up onto that first tee for the playoff, which made me open my eyes a fair bit. She's going out there, and I was still amateur at the time. She's trying to play for a spot to make quite a bit of dough. So, it was getting really late. It was probably about 8:30, 8 o'clock at night, and played the first hole, and there was another girl in the playoff. It was a 3-way playoff. Played the first hole, all parred it. Played the second hole, all bogeyed it. Did we play a third hole? Yeah, we played the par 3 again and all parred it. And then, yeah, we basically couldn't even see where our ball was going. Like, it was that dark. So we all kind of agreed to call it a day and come back the next morning at, like, tee off at 7 o'clock. So got home at like 10 o'clock, had to finish some homework as well, which was pretty rough. And then came back the next day and, went through my full warm-up, because I could have been playing, quite a few holes again. So went through my full warm-up and ended up stiffing it to like a foot on the first hole and tapped in for birdie to get the spot. So it was really, really cool. And that was kind of the moment after that happened when I realised that I could turn pro for the Open as well. And yeah, it was a pretty quick decision from then. I didn't think that was, playing the Open as a professional and making my pro debut there. I think it was too good enough of an opportunity to give up. And yeah, I'm really happy with the way that's gone. And for sure, it was, I remember rocking up there on like the Sunday, the week before, and the rough was literally like 2 feet long, and there was no first cut either. And a lot of courses I've played, like that, but you've actually got wide fairways, so you're never really missing a fairway. But Olympics, the complete opposite. You've got narrow fairways, no first cut, plus the fairways are at like 45-degree angles. So I was like, well, this is an actual US Open. The last US Open in Texas, obviously being played a different time of the year, it was set up completely different. It was firm and fast and kind of wide open, and then you get to Olympic, and I was like, okay, now I see why US Opens are known to be, the hardest tournament of the year. So yeah, it was really tough, but they did end up shaving the rough a little bit come tournament days, which I thought was quite weird, because I'd already battered my body in the practice rounds trying to, lash it out of the long rough and stuff like that. But a US Open, you can't not enjoy yourself, and my pro debut as well. I obviously did not play as well as I wanted to. I gave myself a chance at making the cut, which is all I wanted. But yeah, that course got a bit of the best of me, to be honest. I've never really come off a first round and been sore. But I just remember like saying to my caddy, like, all my shoulders and back was so sore just from hitting out the rough. There was like 5 times where I had to just pull out a sandwich and chip out sideways, because if you risk advancing it down the fairway too far and you miss the fairway again. You're just doing the same thing. So it didn't help that I didn't hit too many fairways that week. But once again, experience money can't buy really for the future. No, it's weird to say that I'm done with it all now. So graduated just past May, and it was kind of like the best 4 years of my life really, in terms of being able to grow as a golfer and as a person. I think that's what university is there to do. It kind of bridges the gap between being a young naive teenager and then going out into the real world and seeing how it all works and being able to manage your time. I anyone that's thinking about going over there, 100% recommend it. I think if you get a place where you really feel comfortable and you get along with your teammates and your coach, I don't think there's much of a better pathway in terms of the opportunities that you get over there. The fact that you can spend 4 years playing golf at the highest level, and also finish with a degree in your hand at the end of it too. So I'm really thankful for that opportunity I had at USC. One of the best golf programs in the country, and also a very good prestigious school as well. So I'm kind of still in transition right now, obviously not in the States playing week to week, which is going to come. But basically the back end of this year is all Q school for me. And that's kind of why I've taken a little bit of time off right now to get the game ready for that. So August through to December is stage 1 through to stage 3. And that's kind of like my main priority right now, is to be ready for each of those stages, physically and mentally. So looking at how many tournaments I want to play in between those, because I do have 6 to 7 weeks in between each stage as well. So still figuring out what that's going to look like and where I'm going to be, because Q school is kind of scattered around the country as well. So that is my back end of this year. And then once I've established what tour I'm going to be on, what status I've got, and then I can start to really keep my head down and play week to week and have the proper sort of pro experience, which I've always been waiting for.
Yeah.
No, it is weird to say that one of my best mates is a role model to me as well. Just the way she plays the game is unreal. Everything that I kind of want to be like when I have established myself as a pro golfer. It all just happened. Well, it didn't actually happen too quickly for her. She actually spent half a year on Symetra Tour before she made it out onto the LPGA, and then things started coming very quickly. So she's an amazing person, golfer. I stay with her when I go to Orlando and see Grant and just hang out with her and get to figure out not just how she goes about every day, but the work that she puts into is unreal, on and off the golf course. I've never seen anyone work as hard as her, which is really inspiring, and it kind of, sets the bar a lot higher for me too. I'm not now just comparing myself against, your average golfer. Now I'm comparing myself against someone who's won majors and is off to the Olympics next week too, which is another big goal of mine. So it's so cool to have a friend like that. not only just because she's funny as anything, but also, you know, we both have the same goals, and you know, we've joked about it before. I hope we can, you know, both be contending in the last round of a major together. 100%. I think that's why we get on pretty well too. It's the temperament's a little bit the same. You know, we're both a little bit fiery, but also both don't take things too seriously either. Just honestly, everyone, you know, established with Canterbury Golf and everyone in Christchurch. I know, you know, anytime I play a tournament, I can definitely feel the support and the love from everyone. But just sort of Kaipoi Golf Club, in particular, all the members there, Clearwater Golf Club, everyone that's helped me out there, everyone knows who they are, and Christchurch Golf Club as well. I know the Monday boys, and I used to go out and play on a Monday with a group of lads around there, and just all the members there too. But yeah, everyone who's supported me along the way and continues to support me down the road, thank you so much, and I hope you guys have an amazing night tonight. Don't take it for granted that you're all, you know, being able to get together and have dinner, because that's, you know, only something we're just being allowed to do over here now. So yeah, and congratulations to all the winners as well. Yeah, 100%. Tom, you know, he's like I call him my surrogate granddad. He's, you know, he's always there for me no matter what, and you know, the things he's done for the game in Kaipoi and in Canterbury as well. I think he paved the way for, you know, what's made such a great province, I guess. So yeah, he's a great man, and he's definitely, I wouldn't be where I am today without him. Get rid of those expectations, I think, unless you're putting in, you know, the work that us professionals do. Do not expect too much from the game. So I'd more or less sort of base your game and how you're playing off of the enjoyment level rather than the results, or you're going to drive yourself insane, I think.
Yeah.
Thanks, Grant. Thank you so much.
Thank you.